Welcome to UGC series of lectures. This time I am going to try to give you an overall view of so-called the second genome of the cell, the mitochondrial genome that was discovered in 1960s. I will first make up the description of the mitochondrial DNA, and then I will describe the mitochondrial genetic system, origin of mitochondria, biogenesis, and inheritance pattern of the mitochondrial DNA. Mitochondrial DNA. Mitochondria are structures inside the cell of the body that are responsible for energy production. They contain their own DNA and replicate independently from the cell. In animals and plants, the mitochondrial DNA is normally circular like the bacterial DNA. However, they are linear in Alga, Chlamydomonas reinhardti, and Celia paramecium aurelia. The circular mitochondrial DNA molecules have been studied most thoroughly and appears to be organized in many different ways. In the vertebrates, 37 distinct genes are packed into a 16 to 17 kilobase circle, leaving little or no space between genes. In some of the flowering plants, an unknown number of genes, hundreds or thousands of kilobases in size, are dispersed over a very large circular DNA molecule. In mammalian cells, mitochondrial DNA make up less than 1% of the total cellular DNA. However, in other cells, such as the leaves of higher plants or the very large egg cells of amphibians, a much larger fraction of the cellular DNA is present in mitochondria. Therefore, a large fraction of RNA and protein synthesis takes place there. A single mitochondrion may contain one or more DNA molecules depending on its size. That is, the larger the mitochondrion, the more DNA molecules present. In humans, this genome is in polyplasmy with 100 to 10,000 molecules per cell. Mitochondrial genome shows large range of variation in size. Mitochondrial genome in different eukaryotes varies from 6 kilobases in the malaria causing parasite Plasmodium to 2,500 kilobases in some of the flowering plant. This is an electron photograph of the human mitochondrial DNA, one of the thousands of circles that are located inside the cell. The human mitochondrial genome, which is double-stranded circular molecule, is 16,569 base pairs in length. This genome has been completely sequenced. This DNA encodes 37 genes which correspond to 2 ribosomal RNAs, 22 transfer RNAs, and 13 polypeptide components of 4 out of 5 complexes of the oxidative phosphorylation system. As it is shown in the figure, the information that contains these DNA is very packed with no sequence between the genes, no introns, and the absence of termination codons in most of the reading frame. The transfer RNAs are distributed in between the other genes, location that will play an important role in the processing of the RNA precursors that are synthesized during the process of transcription. In fungi, the mitochondrial DNA is considerably larger than it is in animals. Yeast, for example, possesses circular mitochondrial DNA molecules 78 kilobases long. These molecules contain at least 33 genes, including 2 that encode ribosomal RNAs, 23 to 24 that encode transfer RNAs, 1 that encodes ribosomal proteins, and 7 that encodes different polypeptides involved in oxidative phosphorylation. The yeast mitochondrial DNA is larger than animal mitochondrial DNA because several of its genes contain introns and there are long non-coding sequences between some of the genes. In contrast to other higher eukaryotes, plants possess a very large mitochondrial genome. They also differ from them in the vast diversity in genome size and structure. Even within one family, a tenfold difference in mitochondrial genome size can be observed. However, this unusual large size range is not reflective of relative coding capacity. The plant mitochondrial genome encodes only a fraction of 20 to 30 proteins. The vast majority are encoded by the nucleus. The plant mitochondrial genome is known to encode 3 ribosomal RNAs, several ribosomal proteins, and some of the necessary transfer RNAs. The number and identity of plant mitochondrial protein encoding genes is not yet fully defined. It is known that plant mitochondria encode a number of components of the electron transport complex, 3 subunits of the cytochrome C oxidase complex, and 7 subunits of nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide dehydrogenase complex. Mitochondrial genetic system. Mitochondrial genetic system consists of its own DNA and the molecular machinery needed to replicate and express the genes contained in this DNA. This machinery includes the macromolecules needed for transcription and translation. Mitochondria even possesses their own ribosomes. Many of the macromolecules are encoded by mitochondrial genes. However, some are encoded by nuclear genes and translated into proteins in the cytosol. The protein trafficking between the cytosol and mitochondria is generally unidirectional, as proteins are normally not exported from mitochondria to the cytosol. An exception occurs under special conditions when a cell is about to undergo apoptosis. Proteins made in cytosol may therefore be stored and selectively delivered to the proper destination. Precursor protein destined for mitochondria have a short sequence of amino acids, the signal sequence that targets the proteins to this organelle. The signal sequence has affinity for receptor on the mitochondrial surface and delivers the precursor protein to translocation apparatus for import. The precursor protein snakes in an enfolded state through 2 sequential protein translocators, one in each of the mitochondrial membranes. Inside the mitochondria, chaperone proteins are required to help to pull the proteins in. Chaperone proteins bind to the precursor proteins as it appears inside of the mitochondria and thereby prevent the protein chain from backsliding through the translocation tunnel. Once inside, an enzyme called a signal peptidase breaks the signal sequence, which is no longer needed for the precursor. The chaperone proteins are released as the protein chain folds into its 3-dimensional structure. Origin of mitochondria. Mitochondrial DNA being derived from the circular genomes of the bacteria that were engulfed by the earlier ancestors of today's eukaryotic cells. This theory is called the endosymbiotic theory. This theory proposes that at the dawn of life, about 1 million years ago, anaerobic bacteria engulfed the aerobic bacteria. They were not consumed by larger prokaryotes, perhaps because they were able to resist the digestive enzymes of the host organism. They formed a symbiotic relationship and both cells benefited from each other mutually. The anaerobic bacteria procured food for the aerobic bacteria and provided it with a safe shelter. The engulfed bacteria were able to provide a new aerobic method for converting oxygen that was toxic to the anaerobic bacteria into ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, a molecule containing 3 phosphorus ions linked with high energy bonds, known as the energy carrier par excellence. Aerobic bacteria eventually became mitochondria. Over numerous years, mitochondria became gradually more specialized to such an extent that they now cannot survive outside of the cell. They no longer had just enough energy to survive, but had so much that they could group together and specialize, exchanging information and services. In this way, another phase of life on Earth has started. In its current form, the mitochondrion is bean-shaped and about 1 micron. Its genetic code is separate from that of its host cell. Biogenesis of mitochondria. The biogenesis of mitochondria is a complex process controlled by communication between the nucleus and the mitochondria. It requires the coordination of the cytoplasmic synthesis and import into the organelle of about 1,500 proteins encoded in the nucleus, with the synthesis of 13 proteins encoded by mitochondrial DNA in the mitochondria. Mitochondrial biogenesis involves replication, transcription, and translation. The mitochondrial genome divides during cell division, but replication also occurs in post-mitotic cell. Mitochondrial DNA replication requires the import of all the enzymes involved in this process. There are currently 2 proposed models of mitochondrial replication: the traditional and the well-characterized strand displacement model, and the recently proposed strand synchronous model. In the conventional strand displacement model, replication begins at origin of leading strand in the displacement loop and proceeds in a clockwise direction and generates a new daughter leading strand. Upon replication of about 60% of the leading strand, origin of lagging strand is encountered, and the displacement of the parental leading strand at this locus exposes the initial sites for lagging strand synthesis. Replication of lagging strand then commences and proceeds in opposite direction, generating the lagging strand. In strand synchronous model, replication occurs symmetrically with synchronous synthesis of both leading and lagging strands, progressing bidirectionally from multiple replication forks. Mitochondrial transcription is controlled by several factors. Mitochondrial transcription is initiated from 2 promoters in the displacement loop, that are heavy strand promoter and light strand promoter. Transcription proceeds bidirectionally, generating two polycistronic transcripts that are processed to liberate the messenger RNAs. The mitochondrial transcription machinery is an assembly of distinct proteins with defined functions. Mitochondrial messenger RNAs are complete transcripts of mitochondrial structural genes. The matured RNAs are processed with the addition of poly A tail of about 50 to 80 nucleotides to the 3' end. There is poly A tailing in the mitochondria of animal cells, but not for the mitochondria of fungal, plant and protist cells. There is no 5' capping in mitochondrial messenger RNAs. Mitochondrial transfer RNAs are generally smaller than those from nucleus, averaging about 70 nucleotides in length. The basic model of protein synthesis is derived from studies in bacteria. Animal mitochondrial translation system possesses a characteristic feature that RNAs are extremely simplified. Since more than 50 species of transfer RNAs are required in usual bacteria and eukaryotic cytoplasmic translation systems, only 22 transfer RNA species are sufficient for translation of 60 codons in animal mitochondria. Protein synthesis is divided into 3 phases, that is, initiation, elongation and termination. Due to the unusual characteristics of mitochondrial messenger RNAs, neither the Shine-Dalgarno sequence observed in prokaryotes nor the 7-methyl guanylate cap structure found in the eukaryotic cell cytoplasm can facilitate ribosome binding and direct the ribosome to the start codon. It is thought that the messenger RNA entry gate on the smaller subunit of the mitoribosome has evolved in such a way that it recognizes the unique mitochondrial messenger RNAs with their unstructured sequences. It has been postulated that the first step in initiation complex formation is sequence independent binding of messenger RNA to the small subunit. Mitochondrial initiation factor 3 is thought to assist the messenger RNA to bind the smaller subunit, so that the start codon AUG is correctly positioned at the peptidyl site of the mitoribosome. Recombining of the larger subunit with the smaller subunit probably stimulates the dissociation of mitochondrial initiation factor 3. Translation can proceed with the elongation phase. The basic steps in elongation phase are the same in bacteria and mitochondria. Mitochondrial elongation factor TU forms a ternary complex with guanine triphosphate and an aminoacylated transfer RNA. Mitochondrial elongation factor TU protects the transfer RNA from hydrolysis and after a proofreading setup carries it to the mitoribosomal aminoacyl or acceptor site for the decoding of messenger RNA by coding-anticoding interaction on the smaller subunit. Following the release of mitochondrial elongation factor TU by guanine triphosphate hydrolysis, the end of the aminoacyl transfer RNA moves into the peptidyl transferase center of the larger subunit where peptide bond formation is catalyzed, adding one amino acid to the growing peptide. The mitochondrial elongation factor G1 with bound guanine triphosphate catalyzes the translocation setup during which the aminoacyl site transfer RNA moves to the peptidyl site of the mitoribosome and messenger RNA is advanced by one codon. Subsequently, the transfer RNA leaves the mitoribosome via the exit site and a new elongation cycle starts. The third and the last step in protein synthesis, that is termination, begins when stop codon UAA, UAG, AGA or AGG is encountered in the aminoacyl site. Inheritance of mitochondrial genome. The mitochondrial DNA does not inherit in the same way as the cell. It is primarily inherited through the mother. The mammalian egg contains about 1 lakh molecules of mitochondrial DNA, while the sperm contains of the order of 100 to 1500 mitochondrial DNAs. Typically, a sperm carries mitochondria in its tail as an energy source for its long journey to the egg. Sperm mitochondria enter the egg during fertilization, but they appear to be lost early in the embryogenesis. Soon after fertilization between the 2-cell and 4-cell stages. Consequently, the only mitochondria the new organism usually gets are from the egg its mother provided. Mitochondria are passed through a mother's egg directly to both her sons and daughters. In turn, her daughters but not her son passes mitochondrial DNA to her children. Because mitochondrial DNA is passed through the maternal line from mother to child, it contains information about a small number of persons' ancestors. However, since it passes from generation to generation with very little change, mitochondrial DNA is a rich source of information for deep ancestry going back thousands of years. It has, however, been reported that mitochondria can occasionally be inherited from the father in some species, such as mussels. Paternally inherited mitochondria have additionally been reported in some insects such as fruit flies, honeybees, and periodical cicadas. Like the DNA of nuclear genomes, mitochondrial DNA can be altered by mutations. Since almost all the mitochondria of fertilized eggs are contributed by the oocyte rather than by the sperm, germline mutations in mitochondrial DNA are transmitted to the next generation by the mother. Any damage in the genes coded by mitochondrial DNA for their proteins originate a group of diseases known altogether mitochondrial diseases. For example, Leber's hereditary optic neuropathy, a disease that leads to blindness, can be caused by mutations in mitochondrial genes that encode components of the electron transport chain. In addition, the progressive accumulation of the mutation in mitochondrial DNA during the lifetime of individual has been suggested to contribute to the process of aging. Okay, I would like to close this lecture with this note that number 1, mitochondria contain a genome separate and distinct from that of the nucleus, which is generally circular double-stranded DNA. Number 2, mitochondrial transcription and translation pattern is similar to prokaryotes. Therefore, it is hypothesized that these organelles have a symbiote origin. Number 3, mitochondria show non-Mendelian inheritance in all eukaryotes. Thank you.